Hello everybody. Very good morning today and welcome on this Mirasys Tech Talk. I'm very proud today to have also some business partner here, so Fast Systems and Intel, and we will have today special theme, a special topic that we are talking about. It's not about features, as you may used to received, or as you may have experience with our former webinars. We want to simply talk about shaping safe and intelligent spaces for people and businesses today. So first, let us introduce ourselves, who we are today. So my name is Udo Schneider. I'm the Sales and Business Development Director for Mirasys. And beside me, I have Bernd Drescher here. So welcome, Bernd, to this Mirasys Tech Talk. He is Vice President of Sales at Fast Systems. And I have also Ionat with me here, Senior Solution Architect at Intel, and both are really experts in the topic that we have today. So what's happening today? So let's move to the next one. So the content today is, first of all, we want to precise what we understand of safe and intelligent spaces. So why we are discussing this today. Then there will be an introduction. So Bernd will present Fast Systems and his company. Ionat will present Intel, and I will speak a little bit about Mirasys, who we are, what we are doing. And then we will have two core questions that we are discussing today in a chat. So the first is, how do you see the need for safe and intelligent spaces today and in the future? And the second is really, what are the challenges? So everybody who has done so far a smart system or created a smart system knows also that we have some challenges. And then at the end, we will have a Q&A session. So yeah, let's start with the first part, safe and intelligent spaces. Okay. So when we are looking into our real world today, so we see a lot of changes. So you see today that we have a war in the Ukraine, so we have instabilized situations globally. So this is not the only case, but it is one of the cases which have a significant influence today. So we have also the pandemic situation, which is hopefully near to the end, especially in Germany. And we have a lot of other challenges like data protection is rising up. So we have terroristic attacks that are coming up. So we have cybercrime, etc., etc. And organizations are influenced by this. So if we are talking today about a safe solution or a security solution, it does mean we have to think wider than ever before. It's not only about access control, intrusion detection, and video surveillance. It's much, much more. So what we see as well today, and still this is happening, so we see that we have great new technologies like artificial intelligence, we have radar support, especially in the video surveillance, we have unmanned vehicles, drones, etc., that we can use. But still there is, if we are talking to customers, the feeling, okay, all of them are isolated solutions. So they are islands in my complete solutions, and how can I match them together? How can I make them working together, etc.? And I think this is the biggest issue that we have today, to make it smarter, because you think if you add all the single functionalities, all the single solutions that you have, the complete solution could be much more profitable for you, much more valuable for you than ever. Yeah, and then it's also a little bit about talking about collective collaboration results. So that means the collective collaboration, this results really in more efficiency and higher value. So I just want to give you an example, and this could be copied really to a smart and safe solution as well. Our smartphone, that what we are using every single day, is a software ecosystem. That means all the apps that you have, or most of the apps that you have, are connected to each other via a cloud or internally. So that means if I have, for example, a contact selected out of my contact app and I want to visit him, so my, for example, my map is automatically giving me the right direction. Or I can open my mail app out of the contacts or create a schedule in my calendar. So all these applications are working very closely together in this small software ecosystem. And I think it's a little bit that we are talking today as well. How can we build up a smart and very safe and intelligent system or solution in this cooperation between different providers? And I'm very glad to see and to hear also the experience of my colleagues that are with me today. Okay, at the end, it's really in and beyond security. That means intelligent solutions for safe cities, for example, for smart buildings and smarter retail. So the customer experience, just as an example. And you see also here, we are not talking about security only. We are talking about also efficiency in production, efficiency in retail, or efficiency even in the security handling. And that's why intelligent systems are so important today. Okay, before we start, I would like to ask now my colleagues to introduce themselves and also their companies. I think we start with Bernd from Fast Systems.
Yes, hello, good morning, everybody. Thank you, Udo, for the kind introduction. My name is Bernd Drescher. As you said, I'm in charge of sales and business development for the Swiss company called Fast Systems. We have in our product portfolio 3 platforms. Terra 4D integration platform, Flow4 Secure, that's a process automation platform, and Mavus 4D, that's a sophisticated application for professional UAV pilots. And our core theme is always integration, management, process automation, and visualization of multiple subsystems. Can you move on?
Yes.
So a little bit about the background of our company. The initial company of FAST was founded in 1995, and we started with the development of one of the first digital video management systems, video encoders, and have been really very successful in that area by becoming OEM partners of global brands. Now, since more than 14 years, our focus has changed to provide really highly customized integration platforms for multiple customers around the globe. We are developing all our software in-house. We have R&D facilities in Germany, Switzerland, and just recently opened a new office in Kuwait in order to support the Middle East country. Overall, yeah, we are since more than 25 years in the advanced safety and security area. We have a lot of experience, and partnerships like with Mirasys and with Intel are key for our success and to be really on top of the technology development. We are always working with local system integrators, so we are providing the software, the technology, and our certified partners are able to participate in tenders, are able to do the installation configuration, and are also in charge of doing the service and maintenance over the coming years after the successful deployment of our solutions. Next slide. Our platforms are very, very flexible, and you can see that here we have defined ourselves to focus on 8 different vertical markets. So critical infrastructure, I think that's on top of everybody's mind after what's happening in the Baltic Sea 2 weeks ago. Safe and smart cities or facilities or areas, that's what we talk about today. That includes also smart facilities, so this could be anything from shopping malls, stadiums, government buildings, or army camps. Transportation, also we see a strong push to enhance the security for shipyards and seaports on a global scale. Border protection, I think also a big threat going forward, as we have seen what's happening around the globe. Public safety, also very, very important for the MOI organizations to ensure safety of the population. And here, I think one of the key challenges we are facing today is the enforcement to follow local laws in Europe, specifically the GDPR rules. And yeah, we can also provide central security management systems to global acting security organizations. And a specific focus from us is also on counter UAV and UAV solutions. And I mentioned already at the beginning, we have two platforms, Terra 4D. This is our core product. It's a vendor agnostic integration, management, and visualization platform. I think we were one of the first vendors who provided 3D visualization more than a decade ago. And just recently, 2 years ago, we introduced our new platform focusing on process automation and workflow management, because we see that safety and security these days is not enough anymore. You really need a very powerful engine that is able to deal with really complicated and multi-organization workflow procedures, standard operation procedures, but also able to adapt to the local laws. And with our ecosystem we are offering, we can integrate any kind of physical subsystems, sensors, data points, or databases. And also other platforms can be managed centrally through our platforms. And yeah, that's basically it from my side. Udo?
Okay. Thank you, Bernd. So very impressive. So when I've seen the system in the first stage, it was really great to see what you can do today. And I think I come later to this again. So I would like to hand over right now to Ionat, and so that he can present Intel.
So hi everyone, also from my side, I'm Ionut Stepanas. I'm Senior Solution Architect, part of Intel sales team focusing on EMEA. And I don't want to spend too much time explaining who's Intel. You know, Intel, I hope everyone knows already Intel, but I will give you some guidance on, you know, our strategy, our vision, you know, and where our focus for the future will be. Next slide, please. So Intel, as a company, we started back in 1968, and during our entire journey, we have been focusing on innovation, on creating technologies for helping the evolution of the digitalization. So really helping the people to move to a new world and making the work easier. If this is, you know, from a technology perspective, so it's really looking at how the new transistors are implemented, or really new technologies looking at, you know, for example, USB or any standard devices that everyone is using right now. So those are coming from Intel innovation and internal work. And also moving forward, Intel is spending a lot of time for creating new ways of computing or processing the data via CPU, GPUs, FPGAs, ASICs, so all kind of technologies which are helping processing the data. And for sure, as we are moving forward, we are targeting also to help our ecosystem partners also to produce their devices into our factories. As you can see, a long journey with a lot of innovation, and this will not stop as the Moore law is pushing us, you know, toward the next boundary of the technologies. So this evolution will not stop, and then will continue. Next slide, please. Very quickly about Intel Vision. So it's really through our technology, through our work, we are targeting right now to help and to improve the life of every person on the planet. That means, you know, with our technologies, we are really trying to understand more, to take the right decision, to make the life easier, and at the end of the day, to create a better world. Next slide. And on this foil, I will spend a little bit more time because this will explain a little bit the strategy moving forward. So first of all, we see right now, as our CEO was mentioning, you know, moving forward, the world is becoming digital, and we see four main forces behind this. One is compute everywhere. So it is really right now with the data flow, which is created and generated at every level. We see the need for more complex and more intense compute at every level. So being at the edge, being in the cloud, or being at on the networking. And this will help to get the data or get the information out of the data and take the right decisions. So if we are looking at this kind of compute and which is distributed everywhere, being or having only independent compute nodes, so this will not help. All this kind of data and processing nodes need to be connected, which is driving us right now to create new technologies for a better connectivity, increasing the bandwidth, secure connectivity, and all those aspects are really key for connecting at the end of the day all the data sources and really giving the overview at the system level and not only at the node level. And then if we are connecting all those intelligent nodes and we have the best connectivity, then for sure we can also look at how we are creating and how we are improving the cloud. And at the end of the day, this edge to cloud evolution, so it is something which is very important for us, and we are really looking how to optimize and how to improve the quality of the data, how to improve the quality of the network, and also how to improve the algorithm which are giving us the insight of the data. And based on this infrastructure from edge to the cloud with intelligence everywhere and interconnected devices, then for sure we can apply a lot of artificial intelligence technologies in order to have a better view on the data, to have an insight on what happens, why do we need so much data, what we can do with this data. So we can't push it from left to the right. So definitely we need to get the information out of the data and to take the right decision at the right space. So, and with this one, just I wanted to provide you a little bit of overview on how Intel is focusing, on the future, what are our technologies. And as you can see, we are not targeting only to one side of the business. So it's really, we are looking at end to end. And beside having all those investment in technologies, silicon technologies helping understanding the data, Intel is investing heavily also on the software side. So helping to enable, the silicon and helping also to process the data much faster. So that was from my side. And
okay.
I will give back to Udo.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it was very impressive. So I know that we are also using tools for artificial intelligence on video based, which are original from Intel. So I was very surprised because normally Intel is really something. Okay, we have our Intel CPUs, but that you have so much intention also to go into this digital world, into this future that you have described to us is very impressive to us. But we'll come later to this. Okay, yeah. So at the end, Mirasys, about Mirasys, what we are, who we are. So what we're saying is Mirasys is providing an open, intelligent, easy, and secure video management system. So what does it mean? So we are collecting, storing, and providing data from CCTV cameras and other related sensors in our system. And openness does mean that the system is really open to receive data from everywhere. Yeah, the system is also very open to be integrated into third-party systems. So we are a part of the fast system solution already, so that we can also provide our VMS, our video footage, etc., to the Terra 4D, just as an example. And so it's very easy also to integrate our system into a solution. Easy does mean so we, even if it's a complex system, we intend to be used as easy as we can, or that the system should be used as easy as it can be. So that means intuitive usage, simplicity, etc., even in the configuration, even if it's a complex system. So this is what Mirasys is standing for, and our customers are proving this from day to day on their daily business, that our system is really easy to use in that way. And intelligence, I think this is coming more and more, and this is also facing us right now. So we see more and more that the system, even a small or a simple VMS, must be intelligent, that must cooperate with different data, must collect them, must understand this data and find out what is the right information to the right time and give it to the right time to the customer or to the end user. Artificial intelligence, Ionat mentioned it already in his last slide, is also very important for us from the video point of view. So we see more and more that customers are also coming and asking us to create special models for them for special behavior, which cannot be replicated by the standard AI or VCA solutions. The company itself, I can say also it's open and it's easy to work with us. About intelligence, that's something that you need to prove, honestly. But our team is really open to support you in that way that you are getting the right solution. And it's also very easy to cooperate with you because we are not that big company. So we have, if a customer has a special requirements, we can easily answer to him and give him a dedicated solution in a certain time. So, and that's the reason why customers like to work with us. We are more than 25 years in the business as well. Our headquarters in Finland, in Espoo near Helsinki. Yeah, and we are dealing worldwide in more than 40 countries. I think there's even more today via our either distribution channels or integrators or system houses or our technology partners like Fast Systems. Anything else? Yeah, our open ecosystem allows us really to give you solutions for every kind of vertical market. It does not matter for us if it is the financial market, financial institutes, if it is city surveillance, retailers, ports, harbors, airports, or if it is just a school, or it is a football stadium. It does not matter for us. We have the right solutions for you. And you see it also here together with our partners. It's not that we need to do everything by ourselves. So in most of the cases, we can say, okay, please go to them and talk to them. Or we talk together with them because they can give you the right solution for your need, for your request, for your requirement. And that's what Mirasys is living, the cooperation between partners, the cooperation together with the customers so that we can give the right solution to you at the right time. Okay, so that's about Mirasys itself. And thank you guys for the introduction. It was very impressive for me as well. So as I mentioned, when I have seen the solutions the first time, I was very impressed and said, this is exactly what we need to launch, what we need to provide to customers. But do we want to set up two questions today? So the first question is really, how do you see the need for safe and intelligent spaces today and in future in general? So I would like to ask, yes, let's start with Bernd first of all. Bernd, how would you answer this question to your customers?
Well, there's no doubt about that. The world is getting more complex and new technologies are being introduced every year. And it's really essential to keep up the pace with safety and intelligent spaces. Why? We live in a very, very, always changing environment. You mentioned the war in Ukraine, the pandemic that is going to end, at least in Europe. But we have also the challenges with the open borders. So a lot of people are going from one country to another, and we do not know actually who they are. In many cases, we have no visibility if the passport information is correct. It's also a major challenge, and I like really the image you have shown with the islands. All these great technologies, solutions that are coming every year into the market, they are still working in isolation. And in order to increase safety and intelligent spaces, you need to have a great interconnectivity, a great solution with high interconnectivity. Because otherwise, our customers will not be able to have a proper solution that protects them from converged physical and hybrid cyber attacks. So these hybrid attacks are becoming so threatening to the entire population of countries, of organizations, that can really harm a complete country, but can also have a significant and horrible impact on the businesses of companies. So there is, without a doubt, a high need for that.
Okay. Iona, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so it's a very hot topic, and as Bent was mentioning, so it is right now coming more and more. And what I want to add on top of that, beside having the safety aspect, which is needed, so it's really the people today want to live in a safe environment, how I can generate, how I can create that one, because as a human being, I can be only in one place at one moment, so it's really, if I'm looking at, safety at my home or safety at my work, definitely, so I need to rely on technologies, which is informing me every moment, what happens, so what is the situation in order to avoid any dangerous situation. If I'm looking then at the aspect of intelligent, so intelligence need to be there, because at the end of the day, if I want, to drive safe, and really to rely also that nothing happens, that on the traffic, all others, players are respecting the rules. So at the end of the day, we need to have also, some intelligence, which is, I don't want to call it control, but at the end of the day, to help us, because we are human beings, and sometimes, it's just 1 second or less than 1 second, maybe we're just, touching the handy or doing something else, and then, an accident is, is already happening. So intelligence need to be there, to help us. And yeah. I want to move, so it's really from this kind of, safe, intelligent, also moving toward, more using the examples at Intel, so it's really, we are focusing to create the latest technology, the best technology on the market. How you can create that one if you are going to the work, and then you have a lot of worries about, oh, is it cold in the office? Do I have enough light? Or, so it's really the traffic jam and all those kind of situations, which at the end of the day are influencing my process of creation. So we need to focus on creation and not, on spending time on some other aspects, which at the end of the day, the technology is helping us a lot, so it's really starting with this kind of, journey, from my home to the office, having the best experience in the office, navigation to the office, then coming back home, interacting with the people as we are interacting right now through this virtual system here, so it's really bringing the people together. And at the end of the day, also in my private time, when I'm, just planning to enjoy, a concert or, a football game or something like that, how I can, let's say, have at least, some safety guaranteed at the end of the day, when I'm walking on the street, so on the identification or potential events, or really then giving me the, let's say, easy access, to the stadium, if I'm looking at, so as you can see, these technologies are helping making our life better, making our life easier and safer. So definitively, we need to have this kind of environment. And first of all, I see this as a, let's say, big help for the evolution as a human being, evolution of the creation, and really helping us, to move to the next step.
Okay. Yeah, I would add something as well. So because I think that in my daily work, I see also we are talking today about smart cities, about smart transportation, smart airports, etc., and intelligence in these bigger solutions. But I see also that it is also required for the small solutions, like for an industrial area or for just a company or a corporation in that way. I see it very often that also the requirement is coming up. Okay, we need to make money with that. Yeah. So today, if you're talking about security solutions, the standard security solutions are no investment. There are investment for security, but they have no return on invest. And I think this is also on top of this, coming also for governmental solutions, etc., so that they say, okay, how can we make money out of this? Because at the end, it's they need also to have a return on invest. It's just my view, and even the customers are becoming smaller and smaller who are asking for more intelligence. Because as I mentioned this, they have it in the smartphone. You said it. You have for your smart home. Yeah. Why don't I have it in the in my security system as well? Yeah. I would like to ask you, Bernd, in a very short sentence, how your company can support this.
Fast System is a small company. It's an agile development team, and we are focusing on open platforms that are flexible, can easily be customized, and are always state of the art. So whenever we are challenged by a customer to make use of a new technology, we are open-minded and we are able to focus on the use cases. So we will always provide the easiest solution possible to the end customer.
Yeah. Okay, so the world is not standing still. So Intel is a big company. So the people may think, okay, big company is like a tanker, so they cannot move into a certain different direction very quickly. Are they wrong, Ionat?
Oh, it's a very delicate question, but definitely so. It's just coming back to my sentence at the beginning of the presentation, also with the Moore's law. So our founder really made this sentence, or let's say, which right now is called as a law, that we need to advance, so that the number of transistors is increasing every 2 years. So at the end of the day, if we are a slow company, a big company which is moving slow, we can't fulfill this law. And as you saw on that timeline I was showing, Intel is really one of the leading companies, when it comes to innovation, to creation of new aspects. So saying that, maybe there are some aspects, so where you can see Intel moving slow, but when it comes to technology, bringing new ideas to the market, I think so. This is wrong. Is a wrong impression of the market. So we have a lot of activities. We have a lot of agile people. Right now is just maybe the perception outside, but if you are looking at all the evolution, all the aspects we have brought to the market, so this will demonstrate, that we are very, very fast.
Yeah, I can agree with this. So sorry for the silly question, but I really want to hear your opinion on that. Out of our experience, it's really the cooperation with Intel, especially if we are using the toolkits that you have, is really great. So, and it's very important for a manufacturer like us really to cooperate with you, because your team is supporting us in a fantastic and a great way. And from my perspective, I think you are really a technology leader in that way, being upfront of everybody, helping us as those who are maybe a little bit closer to the customer, really to fulfill their requirements. This is really great. So I would like to jump to the next question. What are the major challenges in building up those spaces? Yeah, Bernd, we start with you again. Come.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, I think we covered already some of the some of the aspects, like the continuous rise of new technologies. So I'm very sure next year there will be a new manufacturer coming into the market that nobody has heard about it, and there will be excellent feedback. So the challenge is, how do we integrate that, or do we want to just build another island? In Europe specifically, we have the challenge with data privacy. So everything that belongs to a person needs to be treated according to the local laws. And with having multiple data systems with personal data, it's really a major challenge to make sure that all the information is being synchronized at all the time and is treated according to the GDPR rules. So that's in today's safety and security solutions, I think in many cases, not being treated very well. We have also the personal behavior, and people who are working in a command and control center or who are working at the reception desk, they are used to work in a certain way. And in some cases, we see kind of resistance, that they are not really open to make use of new solutions. But this is not only from the staff who is using the software, also from the management. And if you think about smart or safe cities, there are multiple organizations. Everybody wants to keep his data container under his or her control, and data communication, data exchange, information exchange is still a major challenge. And I just want to mention one more challenge we are facing these days. It's yeah, that we also need to consider the local laws. So it's quite a big difference if we are talking about a solution for safer spaces in the Middle East region or in Europe. And this makes it necessary that our solutions need to be really, really flexible.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, Ionat. If today the AI technologies are in everybody's mouth, so, and that looks like this is the star. This is the upcoming star. Do you see it in the same way, or do you see also some stop points for AI solutions?
Okay, so from an AI perspective, I don't see any stop. So AI can be used everywhere. At the end of the day, as Bernd was mentioning, the first issue I see right now on evolution or adoption of the technology is the privacy. And this is also let's say a geographical issue. So if we're focusing on the Europe, so maybe in Europe the rules are a little bit restrictive, but nevertheless, so AI will be the technology which will be adopted everywhere. And then so at the end of the day, even with AI, what is those regulation or the GDPR, what is making us is really to find or identify new technologies which are helping us to have the same level of safety and intelligence, but without affecting the privacy. So we see this as a challenge, for creating something new, and saying that, so it's definitively evolution of the AI will be there, being, through understanding the video signals or understanding the time series data. So this is something that it is hard to stop right now. So, and then if I'm looking also at the, let's say, beside the GDPR, a big issue right now, and where I see the AI could do the unification of this aspect of the smartness and intelligence, of a space. Today we have a big fragmentation of the market. So if you're looking at a smart building or smart cities, you have plenty of companies, you have plenty of solutions, you have plenty of proprietary protocols at the end of the day, which are living on the same space, so yeah. Which at the end of the day for the building owner or for the manager of the building creates extra issues. Moving forward, I think the technology and the AI will have a great opportunity to unify this, to at the end of the day to standardize, for the building owner or for the building manager, to standardize the entire infrastructure of the components that are coming, into the solution, and at the end of the day, creating the same experience level, So, and then definitely, as Bernd was mentioning, so you will see, maybe in some geos, more traction on AIs, on some geos, a little bit, lagging behind, it's just because we need to fulfill all the requirements related to the privacy. And then definitely, I think, moving forward in 5 to 10 years, so we will see that, the level of knowledge and technology will make that this gap, will be filled.
Okay, so I'm coming to a challenge that you mentioned already. So we have a lot of different companies in the market, and I think on a daily basis there are more startups in the world who are taking care of this item. So we are living in a competitive world, and this is, I think this is also creating a big issue and a big challenge for the customers. So when I'm looking into my daily business, I see very often that the customer is really as a standalone guy who is really trying to solve his issues, but he's pushing against the wall where he's seeing that the competitors are not talking to each other, or if they're nearly competitors. Yeah, so even the integrators are having a trap and saying, okay, this is the best solution for you, and because I'm selling it, etc., etc. So what do you think? Isn't there a better way to cooperate between competitors or between companies who can deliver a solution? Is this essential for the future, or is it still that we are living in, that we need to live in this competitive world? What do you think, Bernd?
Competition I think it's a breath of evolution, and without competition, we would stand still. So I highly appreciate to continue to be challenged by the competition and to have a better solution. No, I think it's how our economy exists. Yeah, without competition, we would stand still.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Ionut, in that case?
Definitely. So I'm on the same side like Bernd. Competition is the engine for the innovation. So more than happy, and from Intel perspective, we love to see competition around. We love to see that, other companies are challenging us, because this is the way how we are learning and moving faster. So it's not only that we are innovating, but we are innovating also faster. And definitively moving forward, what I see the collaboration. So even if there will be competition, but at least, so we need to see also collaboration. And when I say collaboration, I mean it, through standards, At the end of the day, so it's really how we are implementing a solution. So this will be the secret sauce of every company, but contributing, as competitors toward the same standard, this will bring benefits, because everyone is pushing into the same direction. So, and then we will have, better solution on the market, So for sure, competition is welcome. I will call it should be also a collaboration, because, we need to have some rules, some standards, Other than that, it will be difficult if I'm looking at, so we are a technology provider, if I'm looking at the integrators or the end users, if they will have, kind of 100,000 of solutions, with private protocols or, private solutions, that will be difficult, to be able to create a unified solution, because we are looking right now at as a system, so to take an example, as a manufacturing, so it's really inside of manufacturing, you have a lot of products from a lot of companies. If you have no standard, so then you will have isolated, intelligent units which are working. And then are you creating the perfect product? Are you creating the optimized product? Is your process optimized? So that will be the big difficulty. And that's the reason why I think, competition is healthy, is welcome, but should be also combined with, some collaboration on the standardization side.
Okay, I would add it also from the, let's say, from the system integrator or customer side. So I was on a producer or let's say manufacturer meeting with an SI. He really asked us, even if we are competition, we should work closer together to give the right solution to the customer. And I think this is also essential, that we are not thinking as a producer or as a manufacturer on our own products. We need also to look to the left and to the right, really, to see what could be an add-on for our customers. And even if it is, let's say, two VMS providers are working together, because both of them have a part of the solution and they can cooperate. This is also very appreciated with our customers. So we need to be more open-minded in that way. So that's from my point of view, because at the end, the customer wants to hit the best solution that he's getting on the market. Yeah, and not seeing, okay, they are fighting each other because they are a competition. So you are totally right. Competition is the key driver for growing up and for pushing the business, the technology in the right way, into the right direction. But sometimes collaboration could be more in deep as well if it is from the customer point of view. A final question, because we are short in time, so and I don't want to waste our time and the time of our customers, because I think it's very, very fair and we could talk for hours. But a final question, what would you suggest to a customer, honestly, if he intends to start a smart space project? So how to start it, and maybe 2 or 3 pinpoints where he needs to take notice of. Bernd.
Okay. Yeah, I would suggest to draw up a plan to do an introduction of a smart or safe space over time, not trying to find the 100% solution immediately. So that means I will suggest to do a POC, focusing really on the key challenges the customer is facing, This helps us also as a technology supplier to understand what is the existing IT infrastructure, what are the legacy systems, what kind of investments he is able to do within the next 12, 24, 36 months. And then we develop, based on a POC, a long-term strategy to really come up with a solution that will still be open enough to be expanded in the future.
Okay. Ionet?
Yes, so for us as a technology provider, this question is very delicate because mostly we are not selling, to the end customers, but definitely
Sure.
how we see this, because, so at this moment on the market, you have a lot of technologies. As I mentioned, even from Intel side, you have various technologies, which at the end of the day need to be applied at the right place. Coming back to your question, what will be the right approach, when somebody is starting from the scratch with a smart and intelligent space. So definitely, as a technology advisor, I would love, to spend time with that customer, understanding, okay, what is your target? What you want to achieve at the end of the day? Because based on that one, I will compare, the technologies like shop is like a kitchen. I have a lot of ingredients. How I'm doing the perfect dish, and the perfect dish I can do only if I have the input from the customer, and then based on this discussion and understanding what are the problems, what they want to achieve, then definitely we can put, together the technologies. We can put together, the ecosystem partners, because from an Intel perspective, we are relying on ecosystem, like your companies, in order to move, and to provide the right solution to the market. And then for sure, as Bernd was mentioning, at the moment when we are finding, the potential best recipe, then definitely to start doing some proof of concept, starting validating, and then at the end of the day, helping, the customer, so it's really doing step by step, not trying, to push kind of, hey, this is the best solution, and, at the end of the day, maybe the customer will need only 1 or 2% at the end of the day. So we really need to be sure that the solution is tailored to the problem and also capable, for future scale, and future addition of the new characteristics. So definitely, this kind of aspects need to be discussed, hand in hand with the, let's say, owner of the space, with the ecosystem, and at the end of the day, to be sure that we are providing the best solution. And as Intel, so we have also some experience in this field, because we have starting evolving our own spaces, to be more intelligent. So it's not only that we are creating the technology, but we are doing also the own experiments, so it's really, and in Israel and in India, we transformed our buildings and campuses into intelligent campuses, so it's really, we see also that the technology we are creating is helping. It is intended and is doing the right thing on the market. So as I mentioned, discussion, understanding, putting together the ingredients, and then working with the ecosystem to apply the recipe, to bake or to cook the best recipe.
Fantastic. So it was not very delicate. It was really the right answer to my question from my point of view. No, I really can mark this. Check out that the partners that you want to cooperate as a customer really understand you, and not that they are not technology or technical focused, that they're really understanding your processes, what you want to do. I see it very often as well that the customers are coming with ideas because they have seen some technology that could help them. Forget about that, really. Go to the customer and really try to understand his issues, his needs, etc., and then go and try to find, as you both had it, the right solution, and then give them a proof of concept, because this is important. So it's nothing helps if the customer has 95% or if you're using 5% of a system and 95% of the system is really not usable for him. So this is very important from my point of view as well, if I can add this. Yeah, so if I would like to wrap up it, we are at the end of our tech talk. So it was really great to have you on board and have this discussion, and I do hope it was very fruitful for you. So I just want to wrap up. So we have talked today about the possibilities and the challenges that we have today in building up smart and intelligent spaces. We have talked about the need, why we think that it is important to have this safe and smart spaces today, as we have it, for example, with a smartphone. So collaborative systems, intelligent systems, they are looking beyond the security. We have talked about how we can support this in that way, how we are collaborating. So it's not said that we have invited or we came together as 3 different companies who are not collaborating to each other. So we are an example of how a collaboration could look like between FAST, Intel, and Mirasys. Yeah. So, and if you want to learn more about this, just contact us. But I want to give you also the possibility right now to set your questions that we can answer, and we have this Q&A session or Q&A part in our Teams, so you can write it down now. So I know that it is about 20 seconds delay, so we will wait for your questions and give you some time. Maybe I can drink something. Okay, there's one question already coming up. Yeah. Okay, it was about the collaboration between our 3 companies. Maybe just a short comment from your side, Bernd, and from your Jonat.
Yeah, we are cooperating with Mirasys since many years. We have integrated the VMS, I think 7-8 years ago. We continue to stay on top of any new Mirasys VMS and video content analytics release. And with Intel, FAST is since beginning of 2021 one of the few Intel Gold partners on a global scale. We have certified our Flow for Secure and Terra4D systems on Intel hardware. And that means our customers, clients have the confidence that our software solutions are 100% validated running on Intel hardware.
Okay. Jonat, please.
Yep. So from our side, the collaboration with Mirasys and FAST are very important, as you are a strategic partner for us. And you are helping us also to develop, to create the best solution. And at the end of the day, working together with you, to optimize, the software which is running on top of Intel. So this is very beneficial for both. So it's a win-win-win situation at the end of the day. And definitely, so this is also, as I mentioned earlier, moving toward this kind of standardization. Standardization. This kind of collaboration, this kind of alignment, it is very, very important.
Okay. There is another question coming up. Can you share more practical solution case studies related to safe and smart space? I would suggest that we have maybe from all 3 our 3 parties one single let's say case study that we can talk in one sentence. That's because otherwise it would exceed our time. So I would like to start with Bernd again. So if you have one smaller case study where you can prove it.
Yeah, FAST is cooperating with Mirasys actually on a very interesting project. It's providing safety and security for one of the biggest European seaports. And the challenge here is to incorporate multiple companies who have rented facilities in that seaport and bringing hundreds of cameras together and applying video content analytics to protect the streets, the fences, and the border of the seaport.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I would add here also that we are also talking about artificial intelligence on video base that we are testing right now here as well. So in that case, we need also the libraries that are provided by Intel, for example, to create some new behavior analytics, etc., to train the models, etc. So in that case, it's also again it matches all 3 of us together, which is I'm very proud. Yeah, Ian, maybe another comment from your side or another example.
Oh, definitely, so it's just I can reinforce, the Bernd example where we are collaborating well together. I mentioned also maybe the best example where we can provide a lot of details is also the development of our campuses, so it's really, and I mentioned already our campus in Israel and the campus in India. So are already modernized, so it's really being at the latest technology level. But for sure, so this is our internal work. And by the way, so we are also using our ecosystem partners to help on that one. And then definitely there are plenty of other examples, together with you on the market and also with other ecosystem partners where Intel technology is used on transforming the working space.
Okay, super. I think that's for now about this question. So I'm sorry that we cannot give you more than this right now because time is really running. But I would say if you're really interested, we have multiple more case studies that we can hand over to you, especially in India with our colleagues in India, for example, also with Bernd and the collaboration also with other partners. So there is no issue really to contact us and to get more knowledge about this because it needs to be proven because we can talk a lot, but at the end the customer needs to prove it. So we have also the contacts to the customer. So I'm looking here if there is another question. No, I don't see any right now. So I think, yeah, okay, then we are done. So I would like to thank all our attendees that have attended to our tech talk. 1, 2, 3. I need to drink some little bit more. Sorry for that. I do hope it was interesting for you. It was creating some ideas in your mindset, also some interest for you. So I'm very sorry that it was not in detail. But as I mentioned, the time is running, and within 45 minutes, we are now in 57. You cannot put in everything, but it would be very interesting to stay in touch with you. So you see also here our email addresses, bernd.drescher@fastprotect.net. Ionat, you need to help me. I cannot spell it.
Yeah, so it's definitely. So I apologize for my complicated name. Is ionut.deaconessa@intel.com.
Yeah, and udo.schneider@mirasys.com. And then I thank you, Bernd, and Ionat for attending this tech talk. It was very interesting, and I think it makes me hungry for more, maybe a different topic. So we will work on that. And again, very thankful. Yeah, I'm very thankful that you have attended to this. Yeah, maybe a last sentence from you and last sentence from Ionat.
Yeah, Udo, it was really great to participate in the Tech Talk today with you and Ionat. Was great, and would love to stay in touch with all the people who participated in the web talk today. And yeah, look forward to hear from you. Thank you.
And also from my side, thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here with Bernd and Udo. And definitely, so if there is a need to have more in-depth discussion about the solution we are providing together in the market, I will be more than happy to follow up on that one. Again, was a pleasure. Thank you. Great organization, Udo, Bernd. Appreciate your collaboration. All the best.
So then we say thank you and see you next time. In our next tech talk or in our webinar or via email or via phone call if you are really interested. And I do hope you have a lot of interest right now. All the best for the next days. Stay safe, stay healthy. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.